Okay, ladies, in this tutorial you're going to see how to get your photo to be edited for the pop art project. So what should have already happened is you should have the photo you're going to use. You should have it emailed to yourself either from your iPad or from your phone. And now you should be on a school MacBook and open your email, and you want to open the photo in your email. So I'm in my email and I'm going to click on the photo and I'm going to hit download. See how it says open with? If you get this option, if you get a dialog box that says open, what I want you to do is go to this drop down menu, and yours might say preview because see how it says preview is default. You want to go to other and scroll down so you can open it directly into photos. And in case this wasn't an option for you, just sit tight. I'll show you how another way to open it in photos. But if you have this chance, do it. It just saves a step. Open with photos, click OK. And it'll automatically open your photos, which is this application. See how it says photos and has a little dot, shows that it's open. Just in case that doesn't work for you. The other thing you can do is if you just save your photo in preview, the only difference is when you open it'll just save to your desktop. So if you open a photo that's on if you have a photo on your desktop saved like this, just take that photo, pull it down to the photo application, and it'll open it in Photos. So either option works good, and once you have your photo in the Photos application, you want to click it to open it. And see over here we have these lines with these dots. This is a way for you to edit, and see how it says edit photo. That's exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to crop this photo because I have too much space and I don't need all of it. Remember, we want these to be zoomed in, mostly positive space. So let's take our crop tool, and you can take your sliders and move it in. And I'm going to also get rid of that extra window space. If you need to, you can also angle it this way. Like say you want to have, say you want to make your photo angled. This is looking fantastic. And you can also drag your photo around. So I'm actually going to put him upright because that's going to probably make more sense for what I'm going to do. But you have all these cropping and angling options. And I'm going to make him a little bit smaller by just zooming in with my mouse because I already have a demo of this one. So this looks pretty good. Now what I'm going to do is go over to this icon, the circle with the dots around it called Adjust. Do not go to Filters. Go to Adjust. Click on that. And now you have all these different ways of adjusting your photo. You do want to make sure your photo ultimately is desaturated. So just black and white, so you drag that icon all the way down. And you also want to play with all these scales to see what's going to get you a high contrast photo. Remember, your goal is high contrast. But you also want to keep your details. So I moved up the brilliance, I moved the exposure. You might have to move different things because you will have a different photo. So you can't just move what I move and have the same results. You'll have to play around with all these scales, see what works for you. You want it black and white. Remember, you don't want a lot of gray. Right now I have a lot of gray, which is not helpful. So I want to try and keep the nose, the eyes, the eyebrows, and the mouth. And I can take that black point one and move it all the way up. That kind of helps. And I can lose a little bit of the face like this, because when I do my paint, I can paint this different than the hair and the background, so that's fine. I can also maybe draw in a bit of the bow tie if I need to, but you really want shapes of black is what you're going for. So keep moving it around. Some will be more helpful than others, and see what you can do to get it black and white with very little gray. And that's working for me pretty well. I have black shapes and I have black shapes. I have nice black glasses. The eyes are mostly black shapes. If you zoom in, I can see I have a little bit of gray here. I have nice black shapes for the nose. What I can also do is I can do a little bit of stippling like what I have in my demo. Do a little bit of stippling to convey that it's not just black, that it kind of fades. But I don't want to do that too much because it's not going to look good if I do it a lot. It's okay that I lost my bottom lip because I can do that with the paint instead. So this one I think is looking okay. I think it's different than the one I did the demo off of, but this is how you're going to alter your photograph. And once it looks good, once you have a photograph that fits all the requirements, which are listed in Canvas, then you're good to go. You're going to hit done, and you will do file, and actually you can just leave it like that. It'll just be in your photo. And then if you want to make it a very specific size, say you want your image to be 8 by 10. You know you want this to actually span 8 by 10. Then what you do is you can go into Word. Let's go to File, New Document. And to open up your picture in Word, you will go to Insert. You'll go to Picture. You'll do From File. And remember, that's in Photos. That's where you were working on that image. That's where you did your edits. So your photo's in here now. And let's go with this one and do Insert. And the reason you want to open it in Word to change the size is because you can make this a very specific size. So I can go first to Layout and get rid of my margins. I'll make them narrow, so it's closer to the edge. I can also make them 0. I'll leave them at narrow though. But you can go in for margins, and you can do custom margins. If you have a lot of white space and you want your image to be up against the edge, you can make all of these 0. You would just type them in. See how right now it's 0.5. You can just do this for each one. And hit OK. It says some margins are outside the printable area of the page. Try moving those margins out of the printable area. I'm going to ignore that because even though I have images that's outside the printable area, like if you print on a normal printer, you can't print to the edge of the page. But look at my edges. They're all white and they're not helpful information, so this does not bother me. So I'm going to hit ignore. And now when I drag him, I hold shift down before I move anything. I hold shift on my keyboard and I pull the corner, and just like in Adobe, I won't change proportions and I'll see exactly what my size is. So say I need him to be 7 by 10. Say that's the size I need. I can get close here. I can go into Picture Format. I can go into Crop if I need to crop it again. Now that I'm in Word, I can crop it again. I can move these little lines down right to his head. Can move this over. And now I can come back here, hold down Shift, drag it around. Oh, before I have to get out of crop, I have to click it just off the image. If you lose your picture format option, just click somewhere on your image. Picture format pops up here on your top bar. You get all your options again. So if you go into crop, and you see exactly what you want. If you want to, I want to get his little bow tie. I want to make this kind of narrow. And I can hit enter. Let's see, I'm just going to click off the image. If I click off the image, it keeps all my edits. And I have to click on the image, and this just gives me chances to edit the image again. But now I can take my size, hold down Shift, make him large. My image size at max is 8.5 by 11 because it's the size of the paper. So say I wanted him to be even larger, I could do that. It's important to know all your options and how to measure your page because you will have to replicate this image multiple times. So you want to make sure it's exactly the measurement that you think you need. So this is how you edit it in Word and how you edit it to black and white, and can't wait to see your work.